Thank you for joining my podcast, Skeddy. I'm really excited to have you here. But firstly, do I call you Skeddy or do you have like a second name? Do you have like a government name that you want me to call you by? What is best for you?
My real name is King. Yeah, King Boateng, but SkeddyK. I don't know how I came across the name, to be honest. But yeah,
Mm.
now named call me Skeddy if you want to, or King. One of those,
Okay,
whichever
so
one.
your real name is King, but your pen name essentially is Skeddy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
where did
yeah.
Skeddy come from? How did you come up with the name?
I think it was a music video. I think it was Tory one of his music. He said like a lyric like I'm on a Skeddy with somebody's daughter, something like that. And then that word has always stuck with me. I don't know
Mm.
why I decided to make it. I just made it as my name is joke and put a K at the end because my name is King. And it just, yeah, that's how it is today, to be
Mm.
honest.
Oh, interesting. It
Yeah,
does sound like something Tory Lanez would say. Skeddy sounds like Canadian. Yeah. So,
exactly. Yeah, so, yeah.
what's your current situation? Obviously, you've been streaming, and we will touch upon that. But what's your situation? Because you mentioned to me before we started recording that you're a student. So, what are you studying?
So I'm currently studying international business in
Okay.
The Hague right now. Currently located in Holland. Yeah,
So you're in Holland right now.
yeah. Brought up in the UK. I was born here.
Yeah.
I was brought up in the UK, and a couple months ago I moved back here because here's just more chill. Just fresh start.
Why? Why? Why did you want to move from the UK to Holland? Like, what was the reason? Just out of curiosity.
It was so I have family here as well. And then I was looking at universities, the environment's better, just everything's more cool, relaxed, sun's out all the time. It's cool here, man. It's cool
Mm.
here.
And then regarding the streaming scene in Holland, what's it like over there? Are there a lot of streamers or?
I haven't seen a lot of That's why it was kind of wild. I haven't seen a lot of streamers around here. I'll see because you know how like it maybe changes location on your phone wherever you are. So I'll see like maybe like one or two like streamers, but then not a lot. Like England, you'll see a whole bunch of people, but here it's not that big of a thing to stream here.
Mm,
So yeah.
mm. So where did the inspiration to start streaming come from? Because you could have been a YouTuber, TikToker. Why a streamer?
It started I think it was really recent, to be honest, because I wanted to just do gaming videos in the beginning. Like I started off doing YouTube and I was just doing gaming videos, but for some reason videos was just never doing well. I felt like the content was going good. People said videos are nice, but just never really just got out there. And then started like I realized that people kept telling me like I have like a loud but like random personality. So I was like, okay, you might as well take it into like streaming. Tried streaming and just like start to hit. Just started doing a lot better than YouTube.
So how did you get it to hit? Essentially, was it through promoting on TikTok? What was the strategy or the tactic?
It was really just analyzing what other like just looking at people I want to be like and I want to see and what's doing well for them, trying to replicate it. It took many times of just doing what they're doing. Of course, sometimes it won't work, but after like a while and you start getting a rhythm of things, you realize what come like the trends early on, and then when you get into it and you finally get onto that one trend early, it just gives you that exposure that you need. So yeah,
Hmm. So
proper.
you say you were replicating people that you looked up to. Who were those? Who were those creators?
Like most recent one was Kai Sinat.
Oh
Everyone
yeah.
knows who this. If you're into like TikTok, yeah, everyone's into him. Speed is like that. Of course, you couldn't replicate his personality because his personality is crazy. But
Mm.
like, yeah, people like XQC, just Aiden. I've been watching them a lot. Been watching their streams a lot. So just yeah, so it's really just inspired me to like. I realizing that my personality is close to theirs, so might as well try grow my own audience and people that are that like me for who I am.
Mm. And so really it's just the big heavyweights, but what in particular would you look at them in terms of taking inspiration? Was it the way they were engaging with the channel, the way they were doing like videos outside of Twitch or just promoting themselves on there? Like what in particular did you take inspiration from?
It was just the way that they have an effect on people's lives, like the
Okay.
way the people sit there with like it kind of baffles me how people doesn't baffle me, but I find it like interesting how people would sit there and happily just watch someone because they're so interesting. So I wanted to also be around that level as well also. And yeah, so like I wanted to be show the entertainment that I have and give off just make people's day basically, yeah.
Hmm. So I saw on TikTok, obviously you had to do a little bit of background research, right? You've been blowing up, you've been doing really well in terms of views on TikTok. What do you think people
Yeah.
should do as a streamer when it comes to promoting on TikTok? Is it post as many clips as possible? Is it to do a variety of content? Like, what do you think? I know there isn't a one answer that
Do
fits all, but
your
what do you think people should do?
So what's worked for me is really doing your research, like on like looking at people who who you want to be like in the future. At time to time, it will change because you might have like a different interest. But when you really start doing your research, you'll see what they're doing, and then you could do that yourself. And then just like really take your time. If you're serious about it, you'll find yourself actually putting so many hours in. Like recently, I found myself being really serious about it. That's when it started blowing up and started doing well. Post 4 or 5 videos every day, or like just every 3 hours, keep posting, editing. I'd be up until like 3 or 4 o'clock, just trying to find out what new content I should do, or when I should stream, all the good times, when to post on TikTok. TikTok's good place to grow all your external links and all these other places. So yeah, I'll take a start with TikTok, to be honest.
And then after you've established, or after anyone's established like a presence on TikTok, what do you think they should do after? Venture out to kind of Twitter,
I,
Instagram, YouTube. What do you think?
yeah. After blowing up on like, or when you finally decide to like, when you finally actually grown an audience on TikTok, then it would be the choice to move on to somewhere that would be able to, that where you'll be able to take it more full time. Like if you want to go on Twitch, you can do that full time. YouTube streaming, you could do that. Grow people on there, and then you realize that like like you're just set to be a content creator because now you can just do this full time. So yeah.
And then how important is it for you in terms of like monetization, like making money, taking it to full time? Are you doing it full time, or I'm assuming you do it part time because of studying and whatnot?
Yeah, so I'm currently doing part time. So right now I'm just focusing on just growing. So not really the money aspect, because I know for a fact inevitably if I do well, it will come. So it's just like an addition, because I really like content creation. So I'm not too focused on the money like that. So
Mm,
I'm trying to just grow me, and then later on the money will come when I start monetizing and start doing those other things. So yeah.
100%. Um, I wanted to ask you a question. So regarding streaming, where do you stream on? Because I checked like your YouTube and your Twitch. Do you stream on there, or do you stream on TikTok?
So I stream on TikTok. So I
Right,
tried streaming on
interesting.
Twitch, but I was banned because of Amigo. I tried streaming on YouTube, and I did Amigo again, but then I was also banned on there. I got banned because of I think it's just Amigo. It's a
TOS, yeah,
very
yeah,
risky
community
place to
guidelines,
stream
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did the exact
so I
same
got
thing as
banned for
well.
like a month straight. I didn't want to wait a month.
Yeah.
It's really risky. So I'm not going to be doing Amigo again. Well, I'll try, but then I'll put a major filter on it. But so yeah, so I just stream on TikTok, and then just there, to be honest.
And how's it been on streaming on TikTok? Because the way live streams on TikTok get discovered is a little bit different to that of Twitch and YouTube.
So I found out like with Twitch, when to gain viewership on Twitch, you need to grow something else outside of Twitch, because you can't actually get recognition inside Twitch itself. So then with while streaming on TikTok, which is like you would use TikTok to grow other things, right? So then instead of like me taking it elsewhere and getting all my audience to go somewhere else like YouTube or Twitch instead, they just go straight onto my live on TikTok. And then I feel like for me that's just been growing me even more, because people join lives at like a bigger rate. Like if you see people, it's a small streamers streaming on like Twitch, they'll have like 4 or 5 viewers. On TikTok, you would have like same amount of followers that you would on Twitch, but then randomly it just blows up and have like 1K people or so. So it's like the exposure you would get on TikTok is just a lot more. So yeah.
And have you had that experience where your live stream on TikTok is just blown up to, let's just say you was on 10, 20
Yeah.
viewers to like a K, for example?
It hasn't been a K just yet, but I've been hovering around like 10, 20 viewers. And then if I have like a video that's already like doing well and is on people's view pages, you'll notice because your views just like start increasing. I've been around like 200, 300 each time. Yeah.
100%. Okay. And then regarding content wise, how do you think of content? Because the reason I say that is because after going on your profile on TikTok, the videos that have been blown up are kind of like the music transitions, which has been trending for a lot of streamers.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? How did you think of that?
So I have a friend, and he was doing Spotify transitions as well, and I realized he was doing well for him as well. And I was thinking, I have a playlist, I know some good transitions. I could probably like show one of mine. So I showed one of mine, and it done really well. And so I was like, okay, cool. Let me create a Discord and like get other people's ideas and transitions in, and just start reacting to that. And then yeah, they just kept going on like that. And I have a Discord full of like just transitions, confessions, and you
Mm,
see like when something goes well, it branches out and opens other doors in other areas, and then now I'm able to do other things, and like yeah, hopefully I'll grow even bigger than what I am now.
mm. And then regarding Discord, because Discord is like pretty well used with streamers, same with like Reddit as well. How important do you think like Discord is for a streamer?
I would say Discord is mandatory if you want to grow, because you know your community on like on YouTube or some of your subscribers, on TikTok, your followers. But Discord is where like your real community would be because people want to see what you do on the outside basis. They wanna get notifications not only on where you're streaming on, but like just before to say that oh you're live on here doing this. So yeah, I would say it's mandatory if you want to grow your community. To be honest,
Mm. What about Reddit?
I've never used Reddit to be honest.
You've never
That
used
that could be
Reddit?
a new venture I'm going to soon. Never used Reddit.
Nah, Reddit is really good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
quite similar in terms of how people use it when it comes to streamers. So a lot of people would send you like music, confessions, whatever you mentioned in Discord, but they do the same for Reddit as well. That's
yeah.
how I've noticed people use Reddit as streamers.
I'm gonna
So
look into more Reddit as well then.
yeah, cool. Regarding getting started as a streamer, like setup wise, camera wise, what do you think people should be doing?
I say save yourself 200 and just get
Mm,
yourself a mic, like a five fine mic, a Blue Yeti mic, just something that's better than just a normal headset mic. And the C920, the C920 is what is it will set you up for a long time. To be honest, it'll set you for a long
mm,
time because it's a very good mic webcam. I'm using it right now. To be honest, yeah.
I got the C922. I couldn't get the C920 because it was out of stock, but I got the one that's a little
Oh
bit above
yeah.
it. So yeah, you mentioned like there's no discoverability on Twitch, which I think most people already know. What do you think platforms like that should be doing? Because trying to promote yourself on TikTok, all these other platforms is time consuming, is takes a lot of energy. People tend to do it themselves. They can't really outsource this. What do you think a platform like Twitch or YouTube should do?
What I've seen YouTube do, which is good, was YouTube Shorts. They've created like a TikTok style feed, which is shorts, and then so that also gains good views. It grows channels, so yeah, that's good. With Twitch, is really hard because they didn't really have anything that's helps grow. You have to use external sources. So I think they should maybe like if Twitch created some sort of like TikTok category, I think that could be really good because everybody likes to watch short form clips of just random things. Yeah,
So, how do you feel like regarding social media? Because everyone is kind of doing the same sort of thing, meaning that YouTube now does live streaming, short videos, medium sized clips. TikTok is doing short form live streaming, 10-minute videos as well. Facebook, same sort of situation. Do you
mm,
not think it's becoming an issue that all of these platforms are kind of not transitioning, but kind of forming into one repetitive app across different brands?
yeah. I just feel like that's just like the business world because when you see something do well, someone would want to try to do it and do it in a different way, and then when that works for them and they're on top, then other things will want to try to replicate it just so everyone's on the same level and it's very competitive. So I don't feel like there's much anybody could really do about it than just if it's working for them, then get onto it before it doesn't work anymore.
Mm. So kind of like is it assessing your options and then choosing whichever one is best for your needs. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just assessing which one you feel more comfortable on and which one yeah, just more comfortable on. To be honest, yeah.
Mm. So when you first started streaming, the platform that came to mind was Twitch, right? Wasn't it? When you first started streaming.
Yeah, it was Twitch. Twitch
Yeah.
indeed, yeah.
So if you didn't get banned, you'd be streaming on Twitch right now.
Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch. I realize with with their regulations and their stuff that it's very easy to get banned. Very easy to
Mm.
get banned on there. So I'd need to really grow my personality more, so that I know what I'm doing. I'm not really like childish and what I do and just throw down random stuff that could get me banned. Even though my
Mm.
intentions might not be bad, but it may look bad. So yeah.
Mm. But regarding like communication wise between company and creator, do you think these platforms are doing a good job? The only reason I say that is because a lot of people, especially on like Twitter and social media, they're complaining that they're getting banned for no reason. Twitch doesn't listen to them, etc., etc., etc. How do you feel about that?
I feel like right now the only streaming like company that's really doing well is Kick when it comes down to communication because you can really see how they're talking to the streamers. They're doing well. I'm not saying it's the best streaming platform to go on, but I'm saying the communication that they have with the streamers that use their platform and the company. You can see that there's a connection there. Yeah, Twitch
Mm,
not so much because to get communication, Twitch is really hard. YouTube the same as well. But that's what you get from like with the biggest companies. So yeah.
mm. I wanted to talk to you about Kick. How do you feel about streaming on Kick? Have you got like a profile on there or?
I haven't got a profile on Kick just yet, but I've been looking into maybe streaming onto Kick. Like when things like when they have a really solid portfolio, because they're quite brand new. I don't want it to end up like Mixer. So say when I have a really strong portfolio and like a strong standing in a streaming platform, then yeah, maybe I could transform onto Kick. Yeah.
Mm. But do you not feel the content that is kind of getting pushed around, like the brand image that gets pushed out, is a little too 18 plus? And I say that because
Yeah, that's the
a
problem
lot
as
of
well. 'Cause,
OF people, a lot of gambling, slots, anything like that gets pushed out
mm,
the most.
that's what I'm saying. Looking on, I did my research on Kick, and I realized that it was just like mostly the people who gamble get the most exposure. So I'm looking
Mm.
around, see who's just like a low streamer that's just playing Minecraft. Some of them wouldn't be getting much views as you would be on like YouTube or Twitch. And then I look on like who's the top and what they're promoting the most, and it's just all gamblers. And then of course Aiden Ross, because he was like the biggest, you gave him the most exposure, to be honest. So yeah.
And then a big reason why people are moving and this notion of contracts that creators deserve contracts. How do you feel about that? Personally, I think no one deserves a contract. That's just my opinion, though.
What would you mean by a contract?
As in a contract. So, for example, Aiden Ross got a contract to promote Kick by streaming exclusively on there.
Oh,
But I think that's only because, and the only
mm,
reason he took it is because he got banned on Twitch. And to be fair, he did get banned for
yeah,
no
that's true.
reason and whatever. So.
Yeah. So to be honest, if they bring that much of an impact to the platform, you can't just throw around. I mean, I
Because
could
now
see how it
everyone
could
wants a
work, but
contract, even though they're pulling in 2 viewers per stream.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I would say if you deliver some sort of importance and able to like you have a big audience that could control the viewership of the platform, then yeah, I would understand a contract, but not when like you're just starting off and you're still growing. Yeah, maybe not a contract just then.
hmm. So if Kick offers you a contract, would you take it?
It, hmm.
That means yes.
It
The
depends, to be
hesitation means
honest.
yes. Yeah.
It depends. It depends. It depends. If Kick offered me a contract, it'll depend if I go on that. To be honest, because you got to think about your future. You can't just think about just the quick dosh just right now.
Hmm. So if the money's right, you'd essentially go. That's basically what you're saying.
I'm saying the future matters more than just the money. So
Mm. No, everyone says that, but then if they're handed 6 figure contract, 7 figure contract, most likely they're going to move over. What
literally,
do you think about the whole
that
free speech movement? I mean, Kick and Rumble and those kind of platforms, they kind of push for like freedom of speech as their one of their USPs. What do you think about that?
I mean, I understand that because people are starting to feel like constricted on what they could really say. Because if you have an opinion on something, like the only people that really there's a really protected group that gets an opinion on something. So if you're trying to have an opinion on something and it's not really a good, like, of course you don't want to be racist, you don't want to be homophobic, you want to respect other people's choices. But at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion, but you just can't be extreme with that opinion. If you understand, so I understand where the almost Twitter movement is coming. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Regarding Rumble and Kick, do you not think moderation is needed though? Because with them platforms, moderation is pretty much not there, right? And in essence, it's
Yeah, that's
true
true.
freedom of speech. But if you ever check anyone's live stream or video, you see the level or the quality of comment, and it gets really, really like unsafe, especially with kids who are mainly going to be using these platforms.
That's why I would say that's why it really hesitated me going towards Kick or Rumble because I didn't want to. If I bring in on an audience towards Kick or Rumble, and it's going to be like a young kid that's probably watching, and then I wouldn't want them to accidentally scroll past something that they shouldn't be looking at that age because that will also be my responsibility as well. So I wouldn't want
Mm.
to destroy youth by bringing them onto somewhere that they shouldn't really be on. To be honest.
So regarding just your future, then the way you see kind of live streaming, is that something you're gonna continue keep doing? Are you gonna be a streamer for the rest of your life? Like, how's that looking? Or is it too early to say?
It's very early to decide, to be honest, because how my life has mostly been going is just ideas that's coming up. Then I realized my life starts shifting a different way. Then it's just different routes going different places. I thought I was going to do YouTube, didn't even do YouTube. Decided to go on to Twitch. I thought I was going to stay on Twitter, didn't even stay on Twitter, went to TikTok, and I just started blowing up with TikTok. And then yeah, so I'm here where I am now, to be honest.
Mm. What do your parents think about you streaming? Do they know?
They know I stream. They know I stream. To be honest, yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, they're really supportive, to be honest. But with like more cultural parents, I'd say, because my parents are African, of course. Yeah, it really bring back results and then they'll be happy. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, they wouldn't really care to be honest, unless you're bringing back results. So
Hmm. Yeah,
hopefully I'll
but
be able to do
yeah,
that for
so
them
I
and then
definitely agree.
make them
I'm
proud.
Asian as well. I'm Asian. You're African, and the strictness
Mm,
in terms of parents when it comes to studying is a lot higher than white people. I'm just going to say than white people, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
would are they not in the situation where like you should just be focusing on uni, or are they a little bit more laid back when it comes to that?
I mean, I've proved my point that I'm academically smart enough to like multitask and do different things because all throughout you're in England, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm from the UK. Yeah.
So all throughout sixth form or GCSEs, I've been doing well, and I haven't really like, and I've been doing like have business on the side like editing. I had an editing business before. I grew people's TikTok pages before. I've done all these different business while also studying as well. So they understood this is nothing new to them at all. That I'm focusing on something else while also like studying at the same time. Yeah.
Hmm. So okay, right. So what about working? Do you work as well?
Currently not at the moment because that's when multitasking gets a little bit too hard. Because work
Mm,
it would drain you, and then you'd want to go do you won't want to stream or do whatever you want to do, and you just want to study as well. That's because you got to do like 40 hours in a week of just like studying at home and in uni. So yeah, it
mm,
becomes a big workload to be honest. Yeah.
mm. And then
So
when it comes to like
do you study
managing
yourself?
workloads, what do you do? Like, do you set out like a set
Uh,
time every day for editing, a set time for promoting, or like how does it work for you? Just so people can get like an understanding if
so
they're
right,
stuck.
yeah, it is pretty rough to be honest. Mine, it started off very lazy because like when you start something new, you get all like the effort that goes into it, and then like you got a burning passion, you want to put everything into it. And after a while, when you realize you're not getting results, and it starts going down again. But now I realize what's working and what's doing well. So it's giving me like more of a schedule of what I should do, the minimum I should do in a day, and like so what I'll do is normally like every 3 hours I would post a TikTok because so like I just stay my TikTok my page stays relevant and consistent.
Fresh,
And then
fresh.
in the mornings, what I'd normally do, yeah, fresh, yeah. And in the mornings, what I would do is edit a whole bunch of TikToks, like minimum 6, 7 TikToks out of my stream. And then after that, then that's what I post them throughout the day. So I'll have like at the end of the day, I would have posted 8, 9 TikToks, and every day I've got like I'm refreshing around 9 or 10. So yeah, just keep yourself in a good
What do you
pattern.
use to edit? Are you using Final Cut Pro? Is it Adobe Premiere? Like, is there any free tools?
So I started off with Premiere Pro, and
Uh,
then because I used to do editing in the past, Premiere
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
was like the best place for me because I knew the best. But then I realized CapCut is an actual cheat code. I'll do all these transitions, I'll do all these like subtitles, do it all myself, and then it wouldn't be as good. But then I mean, it would be good because over time, experience you get better and better. But when I go into CapCut and I do it myself, when I put subtitles in and everything, they do it for you. They do everything for you. They do all the transitions. They do all the subtitles. They even have lock motion. They have the auto subtitles. So you don't even have to write down the whole thing. It does it all for you. So yeah, I've just been on CapCut because Premiere Pro is a waste of time when you have something like CapCut around. To be honest.
Mm. And I've literally just transitioned from Premiere Pro to CapCut as well. Saves so much time,
Mm.
and I think price wise it's a
So
lot
much
better as
time.
well. Because how much is Photoshop? Not
Mm.
Photoshop, Premiere Pro monthly. Is it like 20, 30?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's around 30. It's around 30. But then
yeah,
CapCut is like €9 a month. I think what it
yeah.
was. Yeah,
It's like a 10 hour a month, which is a lot better. And they have a lot of those
yeah.
auto captions, all those auto tools as well. So you had a business as well. You said you had a video editing business. How did that come about?
So when I was doing YouTube, when I was in my YouTube stage, it was back in I would say year 11 to year 12. That's when I was also editing as well because I realized my editing skills were similar to C days, I would say, and not a lot of, and I found out that a lot of people actually like might want my service. So I went onto Fiverr and I looked around on Fiverr to see like what these guys are doing to gain sales and see what the editing is compared to mine. I looked on and I scrolled around like 3 or 4 pages. I could not find a single person on there that in my opinion was better than me. like that I thought maybe I'm like on a wrong page somewhere, and I thought it was egotistical. But then I was just looking on there, and editing wise was on there was not even like something that it's something I could easily do. So I was like, okay, let's just go into it. Then I created my page, and then my first sale came like a month after, and that was like the most excited I've ever been, because that's like my first sale on anything, first set of money I've ever made anywhere. So like yeah, so it got me really excited. And then after that, it just the more sales that kept happening, I got around maybe like 400, 500, made around like 7, 8 thousand off Fiverr, and
Mm,
that's my first ever business I ever had, and that's what
mm,
really got me into content creation and wanted to do
mm.
editing, that type of stuff. So yeah.
And was it 7,000, 8,000 net, or was it before everything, before all costs and expenses and whatnot?
Oh, so it cost expensive. My parents were paying for, well, they're only really paying for the editing software. So other than
Mm.
that, everything was basically free. So it's not really, it was 100% profit at the end of the day, because nothing was coming out of my pocket. So it was really good for me. But the only reason why I did stop editing, because when I realized I wanted to start, because it really took away time focusing on myself. So I was editing with other people doing all this. I'm thinking, why am I trying to grow all these other, like, it's fun growing all these other people, but at the same time, I'm trying to, I'm trying to,
Try and do your own
in
thing
my
for your
eyes,
own self.
yeah, trying to do my own thing. Yeah, trying to grow my own stage. So yeah, so I stopped editing, and then after I stopped editing, I had a lot of free time, because editing took up most of the day. To be honest, I had a
Mm,
lot of free time and just studied, recorded videos, had fun, and yeah, that's what it
mm.
was.
And then when it comes to like burnout and whatnot, what do you think people should be doing? Because I think in terms of the whole content creation world, the people who get burnt out the quickest and the most is normally streamers. So what do you think people should do to kind of counteract that?
Have a schedule, 100%. Have a schedule. See what you could do. See how your schedule works with your streaming. You don't want to be working like full time and then come home. I mean, if you could try it, because if you know like your own limits, that's cool. But I know for a fact, if I finish work, I wouldn't want to just instantly hop on the street, because I'd be too tired, or if I just came from school. So I'll just find like a day where it's more free and more relaxed, where there's not going to be a lot of work on that day, and just like set for the schedule. Over time, it becomes literally like normal. You just know what you're doing. So yeah.
Mm. Mm. And then do you know how do you stream every day? Like what's your personal schedule looking like?
What I do is aim to stream every day, but streaming is one of those things where you can't for me, with how my schedule work, I wouldn't always be able to be consistent with streaming. But with making TikToks and actually growing the account, that's the most important part. Like if you've got a place which grows you, then make sure that's like consistent, that's working. But then, like, of course, if you're at minimum at least growing your account, then you're okay. Yeah, if you're consistent with that, then you're okay. So that's why streaming. If I can stream every day, yeah, I will. But if I can't, then I'd need to obviously make sure that I'm posting TikToks and getting videos out and just
Mm.
editing and
Mm.
having like minimum consistency. So yeah.
Mm. But for you, right, and I'm talking specifically about yourself, is the aim to be as big as Kai Cenat, XQC, Aiden Russ, or is it to just have enough so that you have a community where you can cover your bills, or like, what's that situation for you? Just so I can base my next question properly.
My aim is to be is to get to the top. To be honest, because everything I always do, I'm not trying to be like just that person that's just second to last, third to last. Everything I do, I'm trying to be better. I've always had a competitive personality, because I used to play sports as well, football, athletics. I'm not. I wasn't always trying to be the worst. There, I was always trying to be seen, noticed. I would say that I'm more of an attention seeker, but not in a bad way, because I'd want to be at the top and recognized for something that I've actually recognized for all my efforts, and not rather be below someone else
Hmm.
were doing the same thing. So I'm always trying to get to the top and be like, if I can reach, I know with streaming and content creation, there's everybody's doing it. So it will be a battle and it will be a hard one, but my goal is to reach the top and be where Kai Cenat and these lot are.
Hmm. Okay. And then when it comes to type of content, do you suggest people stick with just one lane, one niche, or what do you think? Do you think it should be a variety? Because the only reason I say that because those at the top and those who are trying to aim to be at the top, they're doing. Let's just use Kai Cenat. He's probably an extreme example. Let's use XQC, right? He's not playing just one game. Obviously, he's known for being good at games, but he's doing like a variety. Minecraft, Call of Duty, CS:GO. I think he was recently playing CS:GO. What do you think people should when especially when starting out? What do you think they should be doing?
See, that's what I realized. That's where the problem starts, because all these big streamers are playing what they want to play because either way they've already grown big enough to have a community. If they want to go ahead and go play a kids game like Roblox is a good game, but majority of people think it's a kids game. So if
True.
they were to play something like Roblox or just talk to chat, they would still get a lot of viewers either way because people like them for who they are because they've grown, they've got to that level where they can do whatever they want and still get views. So that's why I feel like small streamers are trying to really replicate that and just do what they want to do, but they don't have the exposure to be able to do that. So I would say stick to one thing and grow that and keep growing it and growing it and growing it. And then when you have that community, let's say you have like 100,000 people, yeah, you would have at least 60, 70,000 people that like you for who you are, not just because of your content or like, yeah, if you're making like help videos or something, most people that come there will not come for you, they come for the help and they're gone again. They'll just never watch your videos ever again. So
Mm,
something like that. So focus on one thing and then grow so people could come and watch you. And after
mm,
that, then you could go do whatever you want and you would have that community because you've grown it.
mm. And then another question is, you know how, especially those at the top, they play like a certain character, right? I mean, obviously not a lot of their viewers can tell, but anyone with like half a brain can tell they're playing a character, aka Kai Cenat, I Show Speed, and
100%.
whoever. Do you think people should go in that route as well? Kind of play like a character, give like a certain persona when it comes to their streams, or do you think they should just stick to being themselves?
It depends on who you are, to be honest. If you, because I realize having a character is a lot of effort because you have to. If it's not, especially if it's like doesn't correlate with how you're person. Like if you're a quiet person, but then you want to do content creation and you all of a sudden just loud, it wouldn't really work, and it will be a lot of effort and it will be a lot of strain to yourself as well. So have something that comparable to your personality, but just exaggerate just a little bit more. Not too
Mm.
much, where it's to the point where you're a quiet guy, but now you're acting like I show speed on live. So just make sure just it levels out just a little bit more exaggerated, so that you're actually more lively and loud and entertaining for other people. So yeah,
So not fishing for content then, essentially.
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
There's no point putting a fake personality on because people will know you for your fake personality, not you. So
Mm. And then regarding like collaborations, have you been Obviously, you mentioned like you had a friend who does like the music transitions on sort of content as well. Have you been
mm.
collaborating with other people, or how's that been going out for you?
With collabs right now, with me, it was really being like I haven't really focused on collabs just yet. Like I've only just realized recently that, but bear in mind, like 2 weeks ago I was on like 1,000 followers, and now all of a sudden I'm about to hit 100,000. So it's still very new to me. It's still very new to me, and I've started to realize what's working. But with collabs, I'm really just growing myself now. But then I feel like I've actually also almost at the stage where I've got the facilities to be able to collab with someone at the same level, the same amount of following or community that I have at the current moment. So, in the close future, I'd hopefully want to collab with someone that's maybe bigger than me or around my level to grow myself as well.
Hmm. And then when it comes to like networking and that, are you networking? Are you looking for? Are you engaging with other people's content? So what are you doing when it comes to that? Because I think, especially with content, right? Everyone's doing it. Getting the right connections early on could be really beneficial for, let's just say, the future, the next 2 or 3 years when you need someone's help or whatever.
When you say network, you mean like like being with like knowing other streamers early on, so that
Not necessarily early on, but just knowing them, interacting with them, seeing what they're doing, seeing if you can bounce off
uh,
ideas, share ideas. Just typically what you would do normally at
yeah.
any other networking event.
Yeah, yeah, I can't. That's very is one of the things that you should be doing when you're growing as well. Because now that I started Discord, there's been people that joined that joined so that they could communicate with me. Like I've met this guy, I think his name's Uncentraled or something. He has similar content, and then but he's at the next stage. He's on like almost 200,000 followers.
Is his name
I'm almost on
Uncultured?
100,000. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So then
white
he
boy.
messaged me. He came to me. Yeah. He messaged me, and then no, I sent him an email, and then I said I wanted to maybe do a collab soon and whatever. So then he gave me his Discord, whatever, and then now so we talk, and then we do it. So maybe in the future, if I maybe want to do like a tournament stream or some sort of stream that gets other people like other streamers and just grow me, to be honest, then yeah, I'll be able to have all those friends and all those people to actually
And
communicate
what
with
did
and
you
have
send
that.
in that email? You don't have to go into like super detail, right? Just out of privacy reasons. But what did you mention? How did you introduce yourself for those who are looking to try and network via email, for example?
So I was like, okay, so I realized that we have similar content, and his personalities are very similar as well. So I was thinking, all right, this guy maybe in the future we could easily be able to do some or become good friends and do some content together because anything can happen in this life. So I'll just send an email said, realize that we have similar content and you're doing really well as well, and personalities match everything. So maybe in the future I'd maybe want to like do something that work together, collab in a video or something. And then yeah, so he sent me his Discord, and then so yeah, everything's where it is now.
And what, that was just from one email?
Yeah, just from one email, just from one email.
What?
That's why I
And
feel like
you
growing
received it like that?
yourself
It didn't get into
is
like the spam folder or anything like that?
nah, yeah, you received it instantly. That's what I was saying. There, you need it's making me realize that the power, not the power level, but the access level that I'm now able to get because of how I'm growing on TikTok. So now people almost start recognizing me a little bit more. Because someone swipes onto a page and sees maybe 100 followers, they might not follow because it's less like to follow. But now when someone swipes onto my page and sees the video, like they like actually like my content and let's go into my page, I actually got quite a bit of a following. They'll follow as well because
Hmm.
do what other people are doing as well. So I feel
So
like I've now
essentially,
got that
having social proof,
equipment.
right? Which I think is important for
Yeah, social
any
proof.
industry. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Right, and then regarding obviously you're blowing up on TikTok, is there anything in particular that's worked really well for you on TikTok? So when I say that, I'm talking about the titles, the captions, the hashtags, the way you're editing certain videos. Because I see a lot of consistency, right? But what about when you do something else? Do you think that
Hmm.
consistency is going to be able to translate over?
That's what I realized. Like, so with so this is content wise, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So yeah, so I realized that with content wise, you could do whatever you want. If when something starts working, like replicate it. So on TikTok, I've realized that you don't really need all these hundreds of thousands of tags. You probably don't even need any tags at all, and or hashtags, sorry, and it'll still do well. So because I used to put down all the hashtags, DL every video, view page, or Warzone because you play Warzone like Warzone or loadout, all that type of stuff. You don't need that. I just keep it to normally just view page, FYP, and just like XYCBN and that hopefully like makes it. I don't know what it does, but that's what I've seen has been working. And then I found out that what TikTok does on videos is it puts it in a category. So when you watch a video on the top there'll be a search bar that will give you the topic of the video. I found out that videos that on my page that I have done really well or doing well better than others have a category that TikTok has put it in. So what you should really be trying to aim for on TikTok is trying to have a reason for your TikTok or like a good idea for it, not just like a random TikTok you just post. You don't know really. You're just posting for the sake of posting. Have an idea. So like example, like with the Spotify transition, which I realized is doing really well for me recently, is at the top of the videos I would see like if I'm reacting like Maytag and or it's another song, it would come up or with one of the song names or something or Spotify transitions. But if I do a Migo and I'm talking to a random person, it will still do as well because I'm growing. So the people on my page are still following and liking, but it wouldn't do as well as Spotify transitions because where do you put that category in? You could probably put in Amigo, but TikTok doesn't know where to put it properly because it's hard to
Mm.
tell. So if you're gonna do something, make it clear and make it like visible what the topic is about and the reason why your posting is about, and then TikTok will be able to help you out and push it even more if it's got a topic. Yeah.
I think the name for it, right, the exact name for it for anyone who's listening, right, is TikTok SEO, right? So
Mm,
TikTok, right, understanding what your video is about and then categorizing it. So let's just say you're making, I don't know, a video on Valorant, and you're killing like 10 people, like you're on like a 10 kill streak, right? Or do like Valorant, best montages, right? It will categorize you into that and then kind of give you as much of a push as they can. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
regarding posting your content on like other platforms, because obviously YouTube does short form, Facebook does short form, Instagram does it with their reels. Do you think people should be repurposing it as much as possible, or what do you think the strategy should be there?
Push it out as much as possible. YouTube Shorts, even Snapchat Spotlights, because I realized Snapchat Spotlights is actually like a place. It's really untapped at the moment because no one really thinks about posting on Snapchat at the moment. That you just to go on Snapchat to like post something or like on your story or something. You wouldn't actually think about using the spotlight feature that they have. So yeah, just get yourself out there as much as possible because you never know. You might bump like the right person might watch your video and then it just grows. Or if you're not blowing up on TikTok, a video on Instagram would definitely blow up. Like I just realized how it works. You post as many videos as you want on Instagram, and then you post on TikTok, post on YouTube. Your chances of going viral or video going viral is a lot higher because now you're going on three different places with three different audiences. So
Mm.
yeah, just get it out and repurpose it, put it everywhere as much places as you can.
Yeah, in my opinion, everyone should repurpose as much as they can, especially on Facebook and
Mm,
YouTube Shorts. The growth on Facebook, especially Facebook, is massive for anyone, right? Anyone. We've
mm.
done 20K views completely organic just through Facebook Reels, and that's only from I think five or six reels. So that, yeah, definitely everyone
I
should
didn't
do
even
it.
know Facebook had a Reels. I'm gonna try that out soon. I'm gonna
Yeah,
make a
you should
profile
do it.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll get like a good following. But the issue is, whole
Mm,
Facebook gaming situation is pretty dead. But in terms of just building your profile
mm,
and your own brand, in terms of search results on Google, Microsoft, whatever, is really good. And you'll rank higher, essentially, is what I'm
yeah.
trying to say.